What's up guys, Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're looking at a product from Wicked Tree Gear. Their website is wickedtreegear.com and there is a link down below if you want to go check out their site. This is the Wicked Tough Handsaw. It's going to run you between $40 and $50 and you also can get the sheath that goes with this. It is a separate product, or you can order the combo pack directly from Wicked Tree Gear or other retailers. Let's talk through some of the specs here. Your weight is 0.5 pounds. Looking right in front of you, you can see it's about 14 inches, give or take, from end to end. On their website, they measure it at 15.25 inches, and basically that's just how you measure it. If you measure it from tip to tip in a straight line, it's going to be about 14 inches. If you measure it from tip to tip, following the entire product from end to end, it's going to be about 15.25 inches. It does have a rugged cast aluminum handle, and it does also have the wicked sharp impulse hardened high carbon steel blade. Another thing worth noting about the handle is that there is a rubber overmold grip which is going over the aluminum on this handle. It also has that very tiny lanyard at the end of the handle. Let's take a look at it from end to end. Here's your blade. This is the button you're going to press to release the blade, and we'll also lock it in place. Here's your handle, just a little lanyard, and then coming back the other way. Here's some initial thoughts. When I took it out of the package, I noticed that it was quite ergonomic, and these finger grooves, in addition to this rubber overmold, make it pretty comfortable to actually hold on to. Another thing that's worth noting is that they have a full metal pin construction here. That's one of the questions that I have for a lot of folding saws, is what's happening in the locking mechanism. It's all metal in here. That's a major win. They call this their fail-safe blade lock design, and it's hardened steel for the hardware inside here. And you can tell when it locks into place, it just sounds and even feels like it's quite solid. There's a little bit of play here. Let's see if you can see that on the... Yep, tiny bit of play there, but not much at all. But that's a big deal for me, because I have seen some folding saws that they use a plastic locking mechanism. They haven't all failed terribly, but you know, that's one thing I'm like, this is going to be your weak point, so you definitely want to have something as strong as possible, and the fact that they use hardened steel that's a major win. It does have a lifetime warranty excluding the blade, so if you snap a blade you're going to have to replace it, but as far as the overall function, it does come with a lifetime warranty. Here's another look at your blade, and it will cut both ways, so both on the push and the pull of your sawing motion you will be cutting the wood, and it is pretty impressive when you watch their videos that are on their website. They use this not just to cut, you know, through a branch, but through smaller branches. They just hack at them like this and they cut through the branches. So it's going to be fun to put this through the paces when we get out into the field. The other item we're looking at here is the Wicked Tree Pack, and I want to be very clear. If you want to get the Wicked Tree Pack, which is the sheath here, and also the saw, which I just showed you, that is the Wicked Combo Pack. The Tree Pack is just this sheath. One of the unique features of the Tree Pack is that you can fold the saw up and put it inside, and you can also have the saw open and put it inside, and I'll show you what those two options look like in a moment. Looking at the construction here, heavy duty canvas. You do have a neoprene pocket here on the outside to store some other items in there. On the back, nice quality made belt loop. Sometimes you get a belt loop that's just really flimsy and it's stitched with like one line of stitching, and after a while it starts to loosen up. You lose your sheath, drop it in the woods, and you got this dangling off your belt. This is stitched very securely to the actual sheath, and it is it's quite thick and solid as far as the actual loop. So that's nice. Down here inside you have what they call their plastic scabbard, and so you're going to slide your saw down in there, and then that snap goes over top of it. Once again, here's a look at the back. Here's your belt loop, and then you do have this clip so you can attach the Tree Pack to a bag or to something else. So just lots of different options when it comes to how to secure it to your person, your pack. You could obviously just put the saw in here and then throw it into a pack, but a variety of different ways to carry this Tree Pack from Wicked Tree Gear. Down here on the bottom you can see there's a drain hole both in the internal plastic scabbard and also on the outside of the Tree Pack. We're looking down into the plastic scabbard now, and when I shine my light down there you can see at the bottom there are two pieces of metal that are sloped toward one another. What you're going to do is when the saw is open, you're going to slide the blade end in. It's going to get locked in between those two pieces of metal so that you can keep the saw open when you're doing longer cutting jobs. And I'll just show you what that actually looks like to do it. So you take your saw and slide in, and then when it gets to the bottom, just give it a little bit more of a shove, and that's going to lock into place. And you can see, very, very secure. All right, let's head out into the field for some testing. We're out here in the field now, and this is what it looks like to use the included strap to set this up on your side. Here's the snap in the front. Just re-secure that. And you could actually have this sit obviously on either side, however you want to have it set up on your waist. Let me show you what it looks like to actually put it across your chest now. Here's another option for setting up your tree pack as far as carrying it. You could put it over your shoulder and then under your arm with the strap, and then you can adjust it to wherever you want it to be to carry it. Here it is on the belt. This is my preferred method for carrying something like this. Easy to access your saw, and then you can put it back in the sheath quite easily as well. All right, let's do some cutting here. What we're cutting here is a dead branch, and it's about 1.5 to 2 inches across. The next test is to see if it stays in the tree pack. As I showed you, the tip of the blade goes in between those two little pieces of metal like this. So I'm going to go over and do a little craziness here in the woods and see if we can get this saw, while it's in the tree pack opened, to fall out. All right, let's wrap up here talking about the Wicked Tree Gear, Wicked Tough Handsaw. On the positive side, overall construction seems very solid. I like the ergonomics. I like this rubber coated grip. It's just comfortable to hold the saw overall and to use it. I appreciate the fact that on their website they show guys hacking at some smaller branches to get them out of the way, kind of like it's a small axe, and that just speaks to the durability of the blade. I will note here that after using it for a bit, you can see there's a bit more play in the blade. With this saw, that's not a major issue because you got your hardware here and your hardware here, and that's easy to access. For some folding saws, it's hard to get into the access point and to get to the hardware to tighten it down if your blade is a little bit loose. So the fact that it's loose, not a major issue. I'll be able to secure it a little bit more. The one downside I would say to the saw is that I'd like it to be a little bit longer, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches longer. You probably saw a couple times when I was sawing, I would pull back on the piece of wood and then the tip of the blade would come out like this and fall down. That's just because I'm used to using a slightly larger folding saw. It's not a make or break thing, it's really more of a preference deal, but for me, maybe next round Wicked will make a folding saw like this that has a slightly larger blade. When it comes to the tree pack from Wicked Tree Gear, this is something, I really don't have any downsides to this as I was using it. It's solidly constructed. Again, I like the belt loop, it's very nicely and firmly attached. And you saw me dancing like a fool there in the woods when I had the saw open and in the tree pack and it didn't fall out. So definite thumbs up for the Wicked Tree Gear tree pack. Overall, the combo pack from Wicked Tree Gear that I have here definitely gets a thumbs up from Everyday Tactical Vids. It is going to run you a little bit more for the saw. It's going to run you a little bit more if you get the entire combo pack, but you do have a nice guarantee from Wicked Tree Gear that they're going to back up their products, and as you saw, it works and it's nicely made. So keep that in mind when you think about purchasing a folding saw. Maybe the Wicked Tree Gear Wicked Tough Handsaw is the one you want to go with. Thanks for checking out our videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to us if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check us out on Tumblr. Take care.